Alright. Okay. Jeremiah, sorry I jinxed you in your last game. Genuinely believe you could make a comeback. I mean, you didn't jinx. How'd you jinx me? Well, you're saying you jinxed me, but like, how'd you jinx me? You said Jeff versus the World. I won that one. Not as Jeff. I won it because the guy was complaining about no heals, and I was like, fuck it. I'm just switching to Star-Lord. That was me being petulant. I did win that one, though. Second one, we just didn't win. We couldn't get a single stop on them. It was just annoying. And then I was playing Star-Lord still, because I just was like, whatever, I'll just play Star-Lord, I'm feeling like it right now. And then I lost. I kept running it. I figured out what Star-Lord's perfect counter is, and it's freaking Iron Fist. Because the Iron Fist just kept killing me specifically. Also, there's some plays that they made that makes me think that they were definitely in a voice call together. Because there was times where, like, I was fighting someone one-on-one, and then dudes were doing something else, then they turned around and then killed me in the one-on-one. So, because then I got jumped, and I was like, okay, they must be in a voice call. They're either pinging like crazy, or they're in a voice call. Those are the only options. Ooh. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Whoa, whoa. Whoa, chill. Hey, yo. Oh, gosh. Okay. Ugh. Oh, there's more? Okay. I messed up that combo. That was on me. Ow! Oh, this sucks. I was gonna use magic. Get off my dick and balls. What a bummer. Pinging? Well, do you always have your mic on? Jeremiah, do you always just have your mic on? Oh yeah, did you hear? The tariffs are on pause for 90 days. So that's good. You know, Trump folded. He finally blinked. Too bad we're still putting tariffs on China, which, you know, China is where a lot of our stuff comes from, but at least not everything's gonna get more expensive, just some things. So, you know, marginal improvement. How do I get up there? Is there a wall I'm supposed to climb on? Oh, I get it. I was supposed to push it in. What the heck? But I can't push it in. So am I supposed to pull it out and then pull it back in? Is that what I'm supposed to do? Alright. Yep, that's what I'm supposed to do. Oh, you dicks. I hate when they do that. Well, I'm going to this boss fight with no magic. Rage of the Gods, this thing. Woo! Wait, I lose health while I'm in Rage of the Gods? I didn't know. Rage of the Titans? What? That sucks! That means it's a terrible rage mode. What do you mean? I thought I would keep my health. What's the point of the mode? I just do more damage? Okay, yeah, this gimmick. Ow. Oh, wow. Okay, this is going on a bit too long. Yeah, I thought Rage of the Titans would make me invincible. That's why I was doing that so close. Oh my gosh, no way. But I'm embarrassed that I don't use it as much as I should. I ping Expedition. I ping all the time. I do need to ping as group and have someone respond to me so I could get a trophy. As I think. Oh. Of course. Of course I had to glide. Okay. Alright. Dick. Alright, let's do this again. Well, now I know I still have to pay attention. Wait. Lame ass moveset. Come on. Like, I could do this boss. I just thought I was invincible last time. You know, like most other devil triggers. Oh! You're joking. I thought I was on the wall, but apparently I wasn't. Alright, okay. 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 Alright. Alright. Yeah, I could only really do that in the air. Okay. Okay. Just let's make sure we're on the wall. Okay. I do think this part lasts a little too long, though. Oh my goodness. Come on! Woo! Okay. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Come on, come on, come on. Ooh, ooh, ooh. That's what I'm talking about, that's what I'm talking about, that's what I'm talking about. Hit him with the... That's it? Alright. Easy game. Oh, I thought it was gonna bounce off into the abyss. Thank goodness the game had more sense than that. Okay. Whew. Alright. Alright. Now this part is really just one big detour because I guess I think they wanted to have a fire level. So they go like, yeah, and then Kratos falls into the center of the earth, or something. You know? As you do. You know, you just fall into the center of the earth. It's just a thing that, like, happens to you, you know? Doesn't everyone? Even though I know it's stupid to complain about the logistics of Greek mythology, but... Oh, I'm not supposed to go there? How would I know that? Alright, Oh, that's what I'm supposed to do. Alright. Here we go. Where? Ooh. Alright. Ow, this. Ow. Bug room. Okay, that's not what's happening. Oh, there we go. Ow. Dick. Frickin' bugs. I hate the bugs. Okay, these ones... Okay, they're still destructible. Okay. Let me just get all of them. Yeah? Alright. No more bugs. No more bugs in this house. No more bugs in this house. No more bugs in this house. Ow! Okay. Alright. Okay. Alright. No more bugs in this house. Alright. Get some health. Definitely get some magic. I'm running low. And I gotta glide over here. Whoopsie day. Oopsies. Alright. I didn't know what I was supposed to do there. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't know what I was supposed to do there. Oh, I see it. Alright. Oh, wait a second. If I could go up here, I need to go to the other one. Now we have to backtrack. We gotta explore a little bit. Okay, so like, does every single one of these have a room? Yep, they do. More orbs. We got orbs in this house. We got orbs in this house. We got orbs in this house. We got... Okay. I was like, do I have to hit something else? Looks like it. And then we use that to float to get out of here so that we could go on a giant platforming section where we could go to the exit. This area, all things considered, is pretty small. Wait a second. Alright. That's why I died earlier, because I was like, this seems very jumpable, but I died, and I was like, huh. Oh, this level design doesn't make any damn sense, but let's just... Ow! Just Pratt fell. Get off me! Ooh, nope. Oh, come on! Oh, come on. Now you're just being mean. Oh. Oh, I didn't know it was going to be a quick time event.
Let the rage of the Titans fuel your blades, Kratos.
Okay. I wish those moves had some sort of hit stun.
What are you playing?
God of War 2.
Why don't you play God of War 3?
After I get to God of War... After I finish God of War 2, that is next on the list, yeah.
Isn't God of War 2 the worst one?
No, why do people keep saying that when that is not the case? It's not even the
Oh,
popular
do
consensus.
people say that? I pulled that out of my ass.
Yeah, no. It's just someone else said that
that's
to me. No, someone else said that to me. Isn't this the worst one? And I'm like, no, the God of War community has never said. In fact, this is a lot of people's favorite. I'm like, why does that keep coming up? Like,
2 is either the worst game in the series or the best game in the series, and that's for any franchise ever.
It's like, it's like with God. Personally, I think 3 is the best one out of the original trilogy. I think 3 is the best one, but but 2 is a lot of people's favorites. That's why they were excited when the guy who made this game came back to make 2018, because it's the same guy. But yeah, no, it's like this is a well-received game even at the time. I think the only thing that's not great about this game, like over the first one, is the story is not good. Because they decided to have time travel in the Greek mythology plot, which was a terrible decision. Because number 1, it's not necessary. Number 2, it doesn't make any sense.
Right.
Because it's like, how the game ends, it's just like, so, because you go, basically the whole bit of the game is that you get betrayed by Zeus, and Zeus kills you. Gaia brings you back to life, and the whole point is that you go to the Fates to go back in time to run the ones with Zeus again. And that's the whole plot of the game.
Oh, okay, that's interesting.
And it's, but then when you do that, you go back in time to when Zeus killed you. And then you fight Zeus again, but then you go back forward in time, so that, did you go back in time to fight Zeus? What happened to the Kratos that died when, the first time, when you killed,
I hate time travel.
It's like there's too many questions. There's also a point
Time travel needs to be saved for the spin-offs.
It's like, there's a part, which is really, okay, it's a part where in gameplay, it's a really cool idea. It's really cool and really interesting, where they have you go back in time to the first game, where you have to keep the events from the first game from happening. And, that's cool, but also doesn't make any sense to do it. It's like, did we have to do this, though? It's like, no, probably not.
Right.
But,
looking at Steam sales right now. I'm seeing what's on sale. I've never heard of any of these games, except for Batman Arkham.
Oh, that's on sale right now?
Yeah, for the 10-year anniversary sale.
Oh yeah, it's the 10-year anniversary of Night.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I figured it out. I figured it out before they asked me to do this. Alright, I had to stack these on top of each other, and then I gotta go to the top platform, and then I gotta pull it, and then and then stack that, so then I can get the stuff. Yeah, this all works. It just works. Trust the process. Alright. Let me get that health. But yeah, God of War 3 is so cool. I have just had to come to peace with. I love spectacle too much. I will give a game extra points for having a crazy amount of good spectacle. Like, I will take, because there are people who don't like Ragnarok over 2018 because they're like, oh, 2018 was simpler. It had more. It was smaller in scale and more personal. I'm like, bro, I'm sorry. Ragnarok did too much cool stuff.
Is God of War the PS4 game canon?
Yeah, they're all canon. All the God of Wars are canon.
Do I have to play the original God of War?
You don't have to. It's recommended to at least know the plot of the original God of War series before playing 2018, because it's a sequel. it's a reboot sequel where like, oh, ooh, ow, damn, bitch. The plots of the original games are simple, but as long as you have like a general cursory knowledge of Kratos's lore, you'll be fine.
Right.
Because
the only game I played with Kratos in it was PlayStation
All-Stars. Yeah.
And it was when who did he have beef with in that game?
Sweet Tooth.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, Sweet Tooth was in that game. And that was his rival character, because I guess they're both supposed to be angry people.
And you had Big Daddy and Sackboy.
Yeah, which that was because the little girl was getting along with Sackboy.
So stupid.
The rivals in that game, some of them were like reasonable, like, oh yeah, Ratchet and Clank and Jak and Daxter, that makes sense, that's the bit. They were like, they were competitors. Ooh, oh no. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! No, this sucks. I gotta go back every time. Okay. Bad checkpoint. Bad checkpoint. And there's no way for me to change the checkpoint. That sucks. This is actually the worst. Alright, I'll just have to keep doing this every time.
What do you think is more powerful, a Switch 2 or a Steam Deck OLED? Actually, is the Steam Deck OLED much more different than a Steam Deck?
No, the OLED is just the Steam Deck with an OLED screen.
I thought they like did some weird stuff.
Did they? I thought they were saving all that for the Steam Deck too.
Oh, ever so slightly. I mean, minimal. Like you get 2 more frames. Like it's
yeah, so nothing. Yeah, so nothing worth
It's got a better
arguing
battery
about.
though.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Probably has a better battery than the Switch 2.
I love OLED. The only OLED screen I have is my phone.
Yeah, because all phone screens are OLED. Yet Nintendo decided to make the Switch 2 an LCD. They went backwards.
Apparently, that's not the end of the world. Apparently, people say that the LCD looks really nice. So.
I mean, it's not the end of the world, but it's just like, bro, you released an... Imagine if PlayStation released the next PlayStation console that had a feature that was worse than the Pro version of the last console. Like, if the PS5 couldn't do 4K, but the PlayStation 4 Pro could. It wouldn't make any sense.
It's not really about if it's LCD, right? Because it's about the panel itself. Because you have IPS, TSN, is that what it's called? IPS, let me look. IPS versus... Oh, TN. That's what it was. You have IPS panels, you have TN panels, you have a billion different types of panels, and each one looks very different, which is why you have some LCD monitors that look really good, and then you have some LCD monitors that look like crap.
Hey, Crimson Model A. I have a pizza. I am not sharing. Go, pizzas, losers.
Oh,
You go have a heart attack, bro. I'm gonna eat a salad.
I want pizza. Wait. Let me see.
But
Oh yeah. Know much about.
Did you hear? Oh, the audio mixing got a little weird here.
What'd you say?
I'm just noticing the audio. Kratos is like really quiet, and Atlas is really loud. The audio mixing is a little bad. I seek to destroy Zeus. Yeah, Kratos has to beg for his life for Atlas. But, oh yeah, did you hear that Nintendo basically said, we have a console for those who can't afford the Switch 2. It's called the Switch.
I knew it. I knew they were going to say that. I knew it. Oh, that's so... Oh, God, that hits the spot.
Ooh, that's some Don Matrick Xbox One energy. That's some...
Yeah, I said that. I think I said this on your stream, too. Oh, thank God! I'm glad they said that. Of course, we have people who don't want to switch over. It's called the Nintendo Switch 1.
It's like you guys are. It's like, oh man, you know what this did to the last corporation that said that? If you don't like it, don't buy it.
You know what? It's fair. Don't buy it.
You know what? I won't.
I really want to see what Xbox is working on though, and PlayStation,
because they're both working on handhelds. If they just come out with a cheaper price point, if they come out with a cheaper price point.
I want to see. Is there any news on that?
No, because it's all still rumors.
Oh yeah, it's being made for 2025. Yeah, it's April.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's like it's all rumors. It's not guaranteed yet. I do like that in God of War 2 that this is when they finalized the god designs because they were not finalized in the first game.
I forgot Logitech made one. The Logitech G Cloud handheld.
Yeah, there's like the Asus ROG Ally. The thing is, there are options where you do not have to buy a Switch.
Well, the Logitech one's pretty bad. It's
I mean, but the
$350 and it's for cloud streaming.
Yeah, but like the Asus ROG Ally is pretty good. Wait, it's $350 for cloud streaming? That's
it's
okay.
It's not necessarily. It's so the I do remember this. The Logitech G Cloud is a handheld device that just runs Android, and it's got attached. You know, it looks like a Switch. It's got the attached controls, like attached joysticks and all that. But it's got apparently a really good Wi-Fi card in it, so it's like designed for like cloud streaming. So you could get like Xbox Game Pass Plus or whatever, and be able to stream all the Xbox games you want without having to own an Xbox.
That's kind of crazy that it's $350 when the PlayStation Portal is like $200 and does the exact same thing and lets you play your PlayStation games.
Portal has an airplane mode.
Yeah, I also hear that it actually has been selling relatively well. Like more than people thought. Like more people have bought the PlayStation Portal than people thought that they would.
Do you know why a PlayStation Portal needs an airplane mode?
Why?
Because it's because of FTC regulations.
Like
that's it.
They just are required to have an airplane mode.
They are legally required to have an airplane mode on an always online system that will not function if you're not connected to the internet. And I think it's really funny.
Yeah, it's just kind of funny putting it in airplane mode. Kind of makes it non-usable on a plane.
It makes it a paperweight. Yeah.
But yeah, apparently the streaming on the Portal is relatively decent because people like keep buying them and keep going like, yeah, this is pretty good. I actually like my Portal.
Is it good? Like streaming from the PS5 or like?
Yeah, it's streaming directly from the PS5. But the thing is, they're adding a feature for it to stream natively by itself now. If it's PS Plus games that are streaming, because that wasn't at launch.
Used to have that.
Yeah, they didn't have that at launch. The Vita.
The PS Vita. Yeah, the Vita had that with PlayStation Now is what it was called.
Yeah, that's what it was called at the time, yeah. I mean, PlayStation Now was a thing up until really recently. Until, like, they combined PlayStation Now with PS Plus and then made PS Plus more expensive. And then just, like, said... But they didn't have every game that was on PS Now. Like, a lot of the PS3 games didn't carry over because the license was different. So, some games carried over, some games didn't, but they just because it was kind of stupid to have PS Plus and PS Now as two separate subscription services on the same console. Just make it one service. So, it made sense to combine it. Oh yeah, the last magic of the game, Atlas Quake.
Oh, I did see PlayStation sent out a survey to a bunch of PlayStation users.
How they feel about the Switch 2, yeah.
Yeah, I did. So, I'm wondering if they're testing ads either for price or for their handheld they're working on.
I think at this point, everyone's working on a handheld because everyone, as we all know, when Nintendo does something and is successful, everyone in the game industry copies them. Now the question is, will they beat... This is the first time Nintendo has gotten this greedy. Nintendo is greedy. We all know this. But usually they keep it to just not having a sale, getting rid of fan games, stuff like that. And exclusives. But, like, everyone had exclusives. So, like, that's not, like, a big deal. So, like, So before it was, like, normal greed that we expected. But now it's like, if you can't afford to play a Switch 2, just buy a Switch 1. Now we're at that level of greed. Oh no, we just think Mario Kart is worth $80.
I do want to get Metroid Prime 4 for the Switch.
I mean, it seems like it's actually going to look good on the Switch.
I'm sure it's going to run at 60 FPS.
If it's running at 120 on the Switch 2, it's running at 160 on the Switch. Because the Switch 2, the Switch 2, we all know they were fudging the numbers a little bit because they didn't release the specs at first. So we know Because the thing is, now we know that Cyberpunk in performance mode is only going to run at 40 FPS.
What's graphics mode?
30.
Oh, okay.
But the performance mode is only going to be 40. So now we have a better idea, a better understanding of, okay, not every game's going to run at 120 FPS. It's going to be select titles, probably the Nintendo first parties. Everyone else is not going to be running their games at 120 FPS on the Switch 2, on the handheld. It can reach it's like when the PS5 came out, when they said it can do 4K 120 FPS. It can do 8K. Now, did anyone make an 8K video game? Not really. There was one. It could do 8K though. But, like, they didn't lie, but they fudged the numbers of how, like, that wasn't going to be a consistent experience, you know? Like, games weren't just going to be 8K. Also, 8K gaming is worthless.
Isn't the thing with, like, 4K and 8K, it matters less when you're farther and farther away from your screen? Like, if you're sitting at a couch looking at a TV, you're not going to notice a big difference between, like, 1440p and 4K. But if you're up close, yeah, you'd see it.
Yeah. The bigger the screen also gives, like, it's like, the thing is like, to game in 8K or watch things in 8K, you have to have an obnoxiously large screen for it to matter. 8K is cool as an idea, but it's not practical because the screen size has to be so big.
Also, it's just 4K and, like, those performance modes or the graphics modes, like, there's, like, studies done about how games at smoother frame rates, like, people find more fun.
Yeah, it's objectively true. 60 FPS is more important than.
That's why I'd much rather take, like, 1080p 60.
I think we're
1080p 120.
We're past. Yeah, I was about to say we're past 1080p 60. If your game's coming out 1080p 60, there's something wrong with your game optimization. We are past that as a society. The bare minimum is 1440p 60.
I don't know. Metroid Prime 4 proves a point.
I mean,
about how, like, games can look good and also be 120.
Well, yeah, we know games can look good. Like, it's just it's like that's more like only for the Switch, because, like, we know that there's games that look good that are 120. Like, PS4 games run at 120 on a PlayStation 5, you know, and the Switch is, like, about the same power of a PS4.
Mm-hmm.
That's like what it's like, so. It's still crazy that they're selling it at that price when it's giving us technology from 10 years ago. But they finally caught up to 10 years ago. I'm still tweaking about the Discord thing. Like, they just made Discord and voice chat and acted like it's a brand new feature that no one's ever done before. You know?
Every company does that.
Yeah, voice chat has been a thing since 2002.
No, I'm saying every company, like, markets their stuff that already exists.
No,
like Apple's the dictionary definition of that.
Yeah, Apple is, and everyone craps on them too. But this is like,
yeah, but it makes
Apple. I don't think this is a little bit different because, like, every other game corporation has had has had voice chat.
Right, but from a marketing perspective, why would you want to say, "Hey, buy my product. It's like this." Mm-hmm. That's a really bad move. That's not how you should market games.
I mean, yeah, no, it is
not how you market.
It is not how you market. I know they have to do it, but it just looks silly. It looks silly.
That's just marketing 101.
The thing,
like it's the
best option. What I'm saying is that if you're gonna do something like that with the voice chat thing, what they should have just done is just say voice chat is now on the Switch too. But they dedicated like 10 minutes to explaining the concept of voice chat.
Well, Nintendo's like switched up their marketing to be very more Apple-like. They started doing that with
they started aiming, instead of at families, they're trying to aim at 20-somethings, not realizing that 20-somethings are also the same people that are in the market for an Xbox or a PlayStation. It's like Nintendo's still making family games, but they're Disneyfying. Someone like made a video about this years ago, that Nintendo, the Disneyfication of Nintendo, where Nintendo's trying to be Disney. They're trying to be Apple. They're trying to be Disney. They want that.
Yeah, they are trying to be a Disney Apple hybrid kind of company.
Yeah, where they're trying to run off nostalgia, but also overcharge you and be greedy. But not have the... Like, the thing is, let's be real. If Xbox or PlayStation does something greedy, but I think they don't realize, if Xbox or PlayStation does something greedy, people are more likely to shrug it off because we expect that from them. You know? But
yeah,
when you're...
I just miss Reggie, man.
Oh, yeah, no, Reggie... When Iwata died, it was over. People were saying it at the time, but this has kind of confirmed it. When Doug Bowser's now saying, if you don't like... Remember when if it's not fun, why bother? Now it's, if you can't afford it, buy a Switch One.
Wait, you know how they have the Switch Lite?
Uh-huh.
I think what they're gonna do, and this is, you can quote me on this, is they're gonna do a Switch 2 Lite, and it's gonna be a 720p 60 hertz screen that can only be docked, and it's gonna be either 300 or it's gonna be 350.
You know they're also gonna do a Switch 2 OLED model.
Yeah, and that's gonna be like probably 500. That's probably gonna be like 550.
500, yeah, 550, 500. I hope the Switch 2 fails so they could just be humbled. Every company needs to be humble. Sony needs to be humble with the PlayStation 3. Nintendo needs to be humble with the Switch 2.
I would like to see the... Do you think they're gonna... What do you think about that prediction? A Switch 2, but it has a 60 hertz screen?
Oh, yeah. No, that sounds exactly
720p.
like Nintendo.
It's gonna be the exact same panel as the original Switch. Probably.
Yeah. Maybe not, only because the original Switch screens aren't being made anymore. That's the only reason why they wouldn't be.
They probably have a billion of them in like circulation. They probably like a ton of them.
I need health! I need health! Okay.
Also, if Nintendo were, like, let's say in this hypothetical, right? If Nintendo said, hey, what's the best game to test out putting our games on PC? Which game do you think they would do?
Breath of the Wild or Mario Kart?
That's... Mario Kart? Probably not. I wouldn't see them doing that. I wouldn't even, like...
They've started to treat Mario Kart like it's like their main moneymaker, because it is, but...
Yeah.
It's kind of funny that Mario Kart was never, like, their main moneymaker until Mario Kart 8.
Right.
It's just kind of funny that, like, Mario Kart was, like, a side thing. You get a Mario Kart a few years into a console, not at launch. Now they're like, oh yeah, we don't need a 3D Mario. We have Mario Kart. That is the Mario game at launch.
So is the Mario Kart... I actually never really watched the full direct, but the Mario Kart part I kind of skimmed over it.
Uh-huh.
Is it that all the worlds like are connected, so it's one giant world?
Certain tracks are connected to other tracks in like a Grand Prix mode. Basically, Grand Prix is no longer you do one track, and then 3 times, like 3 laps, and then you do another track 3 times. Like, that's not that anymore. Grand Prix is now you do the first one 3 times, then you have to travel in a race format to the next track. Then then the last lap of the travel is that track. Then you travel to the next one, and then you travel to the next one.
Oh, I like that. That looks cool. That sounds neat.
That's all. You still can play it like traditional Mario Kart. With versus mode, apparently. It's just Grand Prix is no longer that. It's this interconnected thing. Also, there's a thing where like you could just drive around the maps, but people have been reporting and saying, yeah, you could drive around the maps, but like there's not really a lot to do when you're doing it.
Oh yeah, they're reinventing Desert Bus.
They're reinventing Forza Horizon. You know, a series.
Forza does.
Yeah, Forza Horizon. The whole bit of Forza Horizon is that it's a racing game, but it's also an open world that you drive around in. It's not a new idea. It's an old idea.
I play that. I want to play Forza now. That sounds cool.
Yeah, it is cool. That's why everyone loves Forza Horizon 5.
I wonder if I have like an Xbox copy lying around.
You probably not.
No, because we have an Xbox One that nobody uses, and they always have like free Forza or something like that. I'm pretty sure there's got to be something. We at least have a Forza game.
I mean, it's on Steam, so.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, it is. All right, let's do that.
Yeah, I'm like, it's on.
Forza?
It's an Xbox
Forza
game.
Horizon 5. All right,
Yeah.
How much is it? How much is? Let me look up a Steam key for it. Because it's $60, and Forza Horizon 5 has been out as far as I can remember.
Since 2020. They're actually releasing it on PS5.
I was thinking Forza Horizon 4. Wait, when did Forza Horizon 4 come out? 2018. That sounds right. Yeah. Let's see. Forza Horizon 5 Steam key. It's not awful. Yeah, it's like $20. Oh, this is for a Steam account. I hate those.
A Steam account
you ever see
with
Yeah.
the game? That's so
Yeah.
stupid. Wait, who spends money on that when the game is readily available?
What someone does is they buy the game,
That's
and then they sell like the account. I'm pretty sure, or something like that. And then you have to play it because anyone could buy the account. You have to play the game in offline mode, so Steam doesn't detect that you're on it.
Yeah.
So everyone could play it.
Yeah. I remember this room. This room sucks. At least it sucks for people like me who are trying to collect, who are trying to get all the XP. Ah! No, no, get off me!
I looked up Zelda on Steam just to see what would show up, and I saw this called 3D SEN.
I'm
And
surprised you didn't
this
get.
is cool.
Surprised you didn't get Tunic.
I think that maybe if Tunic were to show up when you typed in Zelda, I think that's pretty legally questionable.
I mean, is it
That sounds
inaccurate?
like yes, yeah. I think legally you cannot do that. It's like if I said, hey, look for Oreos, and I had a bunch of stuff of like,
No, bro, just call it a
billion
just call it a
knockoff.
Zelda-like. Just called it a Zelda-like, and then it's okay.
Oh god. It's like going back to Doom Clone.
It's a Zelda-like.
But yeah, this thing's called 3D SCN, 3D Sen, and it's a NES emulator that turns all of like the things on screen into 3D assets, so you can like move the camera around. This is sick.
Oh, that's a cool idea. That's actually really sick. I'm not gonna
Oh, yeah, look this up. It's sick. I won't forget that. Oh, it's $10.
lie.
You know what? You know what? It's a cool gimmick. I'd pay $10 for that.
Yeah. I can't spend any money yet because I gotta spend $200 to fix my car. So I got
Oh, what's wrong with it?
transmission leak.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That sucks.
Yeah.
You know, just fix it yourself and get like the parts, like 2 cents, and just figure it out.
That's not how. I have to remove my engine.
Yeah.
That's why
Get
the
stuff-
thing. Well, the thing is, I'm only paying $200 out of a $500 bill because the thing is, I have family who are willing to fix it for a reduced price because the actual price to fix it would be like $2,000 if I went to a mechanic.
Oh, okay.
So I'm paying
Nice.
$200, and my parents are paying $300 to fix it.
Right.
So it's a reduced price. I'm not looking a gift horse in the mouth here. You know, I already.
Yeah.
I'm already getting it like incredibly discounted. All right, this is like one big giant partial puzzle before we enter the Hall of the Fates. We're literally at the last part of the game. There's like less than 2 hours of the game left. We can finish the stream today if I just stay up a little late. God of War games are not long. At least the original ones are not long. The new ones are pretty decent in length because if they came out and weren't the length that they were, people would riot. Because people claim they want shorter games, but then a shorter game comes out and they're like, you expect me to spend $60 on a game that's only 10 hours? I don't think so, buddy.
Oh,
I don't think so.
That whole, I want games with worse graphics,
But
shorter
then-
games.
Yeah,
Maybe,
but
like
then
maybe people paid more to work less, and then they actually get it, and they go, "What is this?"
Exactly. It's like, so you guys, so that was a lie. Because you get that, and then you guys go like, this is low quality. This looks like a PS3 game. What a thing that I am sick of hearing is when people go like, bro, this looks like a PS2 game, and I'm like, have you guys seen a PS2 game? I'm starting to feel like the people who are saying this looks like a PS2 game have not seen a PS2 game in 20 years. Nothing coming out now looks like a PS2 game. PS2 games look ancient, all right? And this is one of the best looking PS2 games, God of War 2. No. No, nothing looks like this.
Speaking of PS2, when are indie game developers going to make games that look like the GameCube and PS2 instead of just N64? And
some people have
like
started doing that.
When is that going to become like a trend? I want that. Like the way PS2 games look.
It's gonna become a trend when all the people who grew up with the PS2 are in their mid to late 30s and are bitter about modern video games. So we're getting close to that.
Awesome. That's gonna be a new golden age.
I don't want a bunch of indie games looking like PS2. I'm not gonna lie. The thing is, PS2 is like one of those things where it doesn't look good, but like by modern standards anyway. But it's not like, you know, it's not bad enough to be charming if a game came out looking like it. It would just look like you didn't try, because you'd have to actively try to make a game look like a PS2 game.
Right.
Because like, you would have to go like, oh, we're just gonna not have textures. Yeah, on all the models and stuff, you know.
What I'd like to see is an indie game, or just a game in general, that looks like the how do I say this? It looks like old renders.
That'd be cool.
Make it look like I'm looking at like a render, like I'm seeing in a magazine from like the late '90s, early 2000s. That's what I'd like to see.
I think they just leave that up to the modding scene.
The modding scene.
Yeah, because you know mods do that.
No, a lot of the mods just change the character models, like go in, like change, like have the environments look like it and everything.
I know that they did that with Mario 64.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's right, with the render 96.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. But I am holding you to, like, if I ever get you like God of War 2018, you'll actually play it.
If you buy me a copy, or like give me like an account that has it, I'll play it.
I mean, I can just give you mine. I have it on my Steam account.
Alright, cool.
I bought it on a whim one time, and then I realized, wait, why did I buy this? I already own it. Then I was just like, well, I mean, like, one day I'll have a powerful enough PC where it'll outclass whatever I have currently, but, like, I kind of don't need it.
Right.
But I was just like, whatever. I'll just keep it, just in case. I was like, it'll be a future-proof purchase, I guess. But, like, yeah, it's like, but I have it sitting on my computer, so, yeah, I can always share it. But, yeah, I do recommend at least refreshing yourself on, like, OG God of War story, because while it doesn't become relevant at first, but it does become relevant eventually.
I almost bought the God of War collection for the Vita. I decided against it because I didn't want it.
Would have been a good deal. I mean, those Vita ports weren't terrible, from what I remember.
I heard they were pretty bad.
Really? I heard they were pretty okay. At least the, like... Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. I know the Ratchet and Clank ones were fucking terrible. I know that.
Yeah, they were 30 FPS.
Well, forget even 30, they were like buggy and like didn't work.
Oh, that was actually the reason why I didn't get it. I was like, oh, this is 30? I don't want this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'll get the PS2 version.
Yeah, because the PS2 version did run at 60, because that was a big thing in the PS2 era. Almost all of Sony's first-party games all ran at 60 FPS.
Was Ratchet and Clank 2016 a remake?
Yes and no. Okay, so how to explain the 2016 game is that it was a remake of Ratchet and Clank 1, but it was actually a movie tie-in game based off the movie. So the plot is nothing like the original game, but they do take levels from the original game and completely remake them. But because of the plot of the movie, they cut like a third of the levels.
That's so. Is that the canon version?
No. They actually wrote themselves a loophole because the thing is, they actually didn't like the movie. They were like, first they were excited because they wanted a Ratchet and Clank movie for so long, but as the movie production went on and the movie kept changing and changing and changing and reworking, so the movie was being changed and reworked so much, they finished the game in 10 months and then had to sit on it for a year to wait for the movie to release. But they already finished the game. So then they had to they just polished it. The game is insanely polished, and they added a bunch of like little extra content. But they wanted to do more. But first they were said you got to get the game out by 2015. So they remade an entire game in 10 months because Insomniac are insane and they could do it. They got the engine running on. They got their engine running on the PS4, which up until that point they had not made a PS4 game. They only made PS3 and they made an Xbox One game, but they got it running on a PS4 within a week. They got the game running. The game was running within a week on the console, and they optimized it. They finished it. They got all the content in it based off of what they knew what the movie plot was, and then the movie plot kept changing. So what they did was that they wrote a loophole where Quark is telling the story as an unreliable narrator. And also, it's a version of the story based off the in-universe movie, based on the in-universe video game on that movie. Told by Quark.
There's a Ratchet and Clank movie in the universe?
Yeah.
That's kind of smart. I like that.
They did that so they don't... The first Ratchet and Clank game is still canon. The 2016 game is not canon. It's not a replacement for the original. They put a lot of work into that game for something that they wish they could do more for. And Ratchet and Clank fans threw a fit, because Ratchet and Clank fans hate that game, especially because it's the most popular Ratchet and Clank game. It's the game that most people who have played, because Insomniac released it for like, I think they released it at like $20, or like it was like $20 or $30. It was like cheap. They did not release it at full price because they knew it wasn't worth full price.
It was $20?
It was like $20 or $30 at launch. It was like reduced price. They advertised it as, oh yeah, it's $20 or $30 because it's the price that the original game launched at on the PS2. It's a nostalgia thing. We're releasing it at the same price. No, the real reason was that it was a budget title that they didn't have a lot of time put in. Again, they made a whole remake in 10 months. It's like
it's really pretty. That's why I wanted it.
Oh yeah, it did look pretty. Because Insomniac again are insane, but also they didn't try to make it 60 FPS. It ran at 30.
Do you think that game's ever gonna get a PC port?
They already probably not. They put Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart on PC, so. It seems like
there's that game. That game was so. If that game ran at 30 FPS, like locked on a PS4, imagine what it would run at on like good hardware.
Oh yeah, they were on the PS5. Like they gave it a free 60 FPS patch on the PS5, so we know it can run well, and it runs beautiful at like 60 FPS.
So the story's bad. Is the gameplay good?
Oh yeah, it's great because it's Ratchet and Clank. It's just Ratchet and Clank gameplay, so the game's great. Like gameplay. It's Ratchet and Clank. The level design, it's Ratchet and Clank. That's the thing with the game. That's why it's such a problem. Like that's why it's like so confusing. Like it's such a confusing game because Ratchet and Clank fans, the way they talk about it, you think it's like the worst game ever made. But gameplay-wise, it's fine. It's great, actually. It's still a damn good game. It's just the character writing is so lame and like it betrays the original thing because and it's also just a general Insomniac problem that they have with their games. They don't know how to write The thing is, Ratchet and Clank 1 has an issue that they fix later on, but it's still core to Ratchet and Clank 1 that they can't change it. Ratchet was a dick. Like, he was a actual dick. Like, not a likable dick. He was kind of just a dick. Like, to the point where that was a criticism at the time, that he was too mean. Like, he's just not that likable. So, in later games, they softened him up, and, it made him more likable. They said that he could be mean, but he can't be mean to Clank. He can be mean to anyone but Clank. But like it's like, but they softened him up. And in later games, Ratchet has matured and is no longer the asshole that he was in the later games. Problem is, that has given Insomniac a fear of making characters mean. Like, because it's a problem with all their games. Like, that's actually like a problem I have with the Insomniac, with the Marvel Spider-Man games that they have. They are definitely afraid of making the characters mean. They don't want to make them mean because they got criticized for it so hard about it with Ratchet and Clank that they're just scared to do it now. But so when they remade Ratchet, he's so milquetoast. He's so boring, even more boring than like he's supposed to be in the later games, because they were also basing it off the Hollywood film script version because to save on animation budget. They actually just use footage from the movie as some of the cutscenes for the game to save on money, because that's how it's like, because they always Insomniac is notoriously bad at budgeting cutscenes. They always think it's going to take less time and less effort than normal. So they just went like, we'll just have the movie cutscenes be the cutscenes for the game, so we'll save on animation budget. But because of that, they had to stick with the movie plot, and because they didn't know Ratchet's character, because it kept becoming, they just made the most milquetoast, boring version of himself. So Ratchet's just so boring as a character. The dialogue is so ugh. But the game's good. It's just, you know, everything surrounding it is like kind of lame. But like, yeah, gameplay, great. Why? It's Ratchet and Clank, and Ratchet and Clank's always good. That's kind of the thing with Ratchet and Clank. If you like one Ratchet and Clank, you like all of them. Because they all kind of, they're built from a similar cloth, you know?
When are they gonna remake Ratchet and Clank?
I think they're good on that. Sony doesn't seem especially too interested, especially after the last time. They'd rather make new things. Maybe, like, Sony can get a support studio to remake Ratchet and Clank 2 and 3. Like, an actual remake, but they sold the 2016 one as a remake, so they probably have to wait a while before they feel like market-wise they could do it again. But right now,
what about is Ratchet and Clank, is it a kid's game or is it like an adult?
it's a kid's game.
Right.
The games are E10 and up.
Right, isn't PlayStation's like one of their new focuses right now with Astrobot is like family oriented?
Oh yeah,
games?
but Ratchet and Clank is coming out anyway with a new game. Like even according to the Insomniac leaks, the last Ratchet and Clank game is coming out sometime at the end of the gen. Yeah, the last one. They're finishing the plot line because they've been running a plot line. Ratchet and Clank has an overarching narrative, and they're wrapping it up with the next game. So it's supposed to be the last Ratchet and Clank game.
Is that new girl Ratchet? She's still there?
She's gonna be the next game is gonna be Ratchet and Rivet working together, finding the Lombaxes and stuff. They're wrapping up the Lombax plotline that they started in like 2007. Because in 2007 they created a plotline that Ratchet's the last of the Lombaxes and he's searching for them, and they've been dealing with that for like the last almost 20 years. And they're finally wrapping up that plotline. Speaking of Ratchet and Clank, you need to get Rift Apart? Yes, you do. It's great. I love that game. It's one of my favorite games of all time. The game is really, really fun.
I'll play the originals, and if I like it, I'll buy it.
The originals are also good. I would say Ratchet and Clank 1 is the least the Ratchet games don't start becoming the Ratchet games till Ratchet and Clank 2. Because in the first game, the games are... A lot of the standards of what the series hadn't started yet. Like, Ratchet and Clank 1 is more of a puzzle platformer with shooting elements, while Ratchet and Clank 2 and 3 and onwards are just third-person shooter platformers, where the combat's the focus. The first one, the combat is more de-emphasized, and it's more about using weapons in specific situations to accomplish specific goals. Not like Ratchet and Clank 1 is bad or anything, it's just that it's different design-wise than from the rest of the games, which are which get more and more linear and more action-focused. Ratchet and Clank 3 being the most linear, where it's just action. There's like almost no platforming. It's just hallways of shooting.
With this sacrifice, you have proven your resolve to seek out
I get you.
But, yeah, I do recommend it. Like, you know, just get them on the, you know, get PSX2, you know? PCX2, you know?
I have a PS2, I just need to buy a memory card.
Yeah, I actually bought, Ratchet and Clank, at GameStop. Like, I bought, like, the original for PS2. I was
Is it expensive?
No, it was, like, less than $10.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah. GameStop prices are not exorbitant. I bought a lot of games from them, and most of them are like $10. If it's like a game that like has any sort of like popularity,
significance.
Yeah, it's like it's pretty cheap to get. It's not that expensive. Like, it was not a huge ask. I bought like some Gran Turismo games from them. I bought Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2 from them. I bought the Jack 1 and 3. I haven't gotten 2 yet. But, yeah, it's all relatively cheap. Oh, I keep forgetting I have that other weapon. I have it, I just keep forgetting to use it. Alright. I think this is part 1 of a really long, multi-part puzzle. It's not really a puzzle, it's more like you gotta go down, like, do a few things in each hallway until you're done. Let's say. Yeah, now we're just going back to the original pathway, but yeah, we did the thing over here. I think there's 3 things we have to do. Now, what do we do next? We don't blow the horn yet. Okay, so we killed the priest who read the thing for us because we're a dick. Yeah, ram door. We'll go over here. But yeah, the next Ratchet game is supposed to be the last one. The thing that like unexcited me and made me a little sad about like those Insomniac leaks was seeing that they're gonna be locked in Marvel Hell till 2030. Because apparently 2030 is when they're supposed to come out with a brand new IP. Like a brand new IP, completely new idea, is supposed to come out. But that's not coming out until 2030. But you know what comes out in between then? And Wolverine, Spider-Man 3, like, just so much more Marvel. And they're thinking about, like, they're trying to figure out if they should split Spider-Man 3 into a 2-parter and sell both of it, like, for $50. Like, they're like, okay, should we split it up? Like, they're like, how are we going to justify the price of these Spider-Man games? Even though they do break even, like, they sold enough copies. Spider-Man 2 is, like, one of the best-selling PlayStation exclusives. And they only make Ratchet and Clank out of love, dude. Because they barely make money off of Ratchet and Clank. They make it because they love it.
Didn't Rift Apart sell well?
Huh? It sold well. It sold well. But, like, comparatively to, like, you know, Spider-Man. Like, basically, like, they were like, I saw, like, the thing in their presentation of, like, we finally became profitable on Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart. Like, they were happy to just be profitable on it. It took them a minute to become profitable, because even though Ratchet and Clank wasn't that expensive to make, it cost them, like, 70 million to make Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart. They're really good at it seems like they're really good at budgeting everything but Spider-Man. It's like the Spider-Man games just end up having a really inflated budget for some reason. When we're even there asking the question of, does Spider-Man 2 seem like it costs 5 times more than the last one? And their answer, even internally, was no. They're like, then we gotta figure something out about this budget. If even we can tell that this is not 5 times more than the last game. Because that game cost them like $300 million when the first Spider-Man cost them like 80 million.
Zeus did what he must to protect Olympus.
Like they spent so much money on God on that. It was like ridiculous amount of money.
Half-truths and falsehoods. The Titans are not to be trusted.
Shut up, Athena. Can I just show you the statue?
In you, Zeus feared the destruction of all he stands for.
I bring the destruction of Olympus!
Right now I'm playing Hyrule Warriors. I like these games.
Yeah. I have a Warriors game I need to play. I own one of them. I mean, like, I want to play Dynasty Warriors Origins, because I played the demo and it was really, really fun. But it's like $70, and I'm like, ooh, it's not $70 worth of fun.
Well, they're really long, and they're, like, packed full of content.
Hyrule Warriors is packed full of content, because remember, they re-released it. That's not like the standard of...
A lot of the Dynasty Warriors games have, like, a bunch of, like, skill leveling systems and stuff.
Really? Like, it's like, it seems like that was just a Hyrule Warriors thing.
I don't know. Then again, to be fair, I don't know. I don't really have much knowledge of the Dynasty Warriors franchise.
It's just usually pretty simple and fun, and like, that's like their bit.
It's just an Unga Bunga game.
Yeah, it's an Unga Bunga game, and it satisfies a part of your brain that's like, big thing go boom, you know, and it works. It's good at it. Ah! Okay, the chain broke. Okay. Oh, yeah, I remember. Oh, this part. Okay, yeah. Okay, so I have to get them in a corner, and then I have to burn them alive. Come on. Please be stunned. Please be stunned. No, it takes so long. I'm so bad at these type of combat challenges that require me to have, like, a weird amount of control over the battlefield. Because I can't kill her. I have to push her in range, and I killed her. Okay. Okay, we're gonna be here for a minute. Okay. Please, Kratos, no! Okay. Oh my gosh, no, she's in the middle. She keeps dying in the middle. This is so frustrating. Okay, let's try this again. Okay, let me electrocute her. Maybe that should stay her in place for a little bit longer. And that didn't kill her. Awesome. Hey, can you, like... Oh my goodness. Stop dying in the middle of the room. I need you to die in a corner of the room.
Okay.
It's all about context. Okay, come on. Please, 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 stop moving. There we go. Finally. Now I gotta do that like 2 or 3 more times. Ugh. I hate combat puzzles. It's not really even a puzzle. It's just... Okay, that works. That worked out. That worked out. That worked out. We take those. Okay, come on. Come on, just take the L. Come on, just stay dazed, please, 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 please. Alright. Jeez, I hate that. I need that health. Oh, nope, that's the way forward, I'm guessing. Man, there was stuff in that room back there. I think I just missed it. I think I just missed my chance. Anything down here? Ooh. Love swimming in blood. Who makes this stuff? That's the thing with every God of War. It's just always like, who made the stuff that you're traversing through? Like, what is this stuff, man? How is anyone supposed to solve this? Or even if they do solve it, why did you make it this esoteric to do anything? It's like only game designers, bruh. Oh, this room. I remember this room. Yeah. Maybe I'll stream the Ratchet and Clank. Well, if I end up doing my little funny stream idea of the longest Astrobot playthrough of all time, I will end up playing the Ratchet and Clank games on stream. My little funny idea of a longest Astrobot stream of all time is that every time I collect one of the bots, I have to play the games from that respective franchise. So like I collect the Ratchet and Clank bot, I have to stop playing Astrobot, then I go and play all of Ratchet and Clank, and then I come back until I collect the next bot from the next franchise. It'd just be a funny long stream of like, this stream's gonna last years, guys. The longest Astrobot playthrough of all time. Okay, another puzzle, another puzzle. Okay. Okay, that's obviously not working. That's kind of working. No, that's too big. Kind of working. Is everything lined up?
I'll show you what works. You ready? Hey there, sugar booger.
Oh,
How
God.
about you start
God.
ripping, and I start snucking, and then I'll look like that 4th grader where he eats his boogers. You're the booger, and I'm the 4th grader. Let's get to it.
Wait. Who's the booger? What 4th grader? What? You lost me.
I'll show you what works. All right. He was wondering what works.
Can you draw a diagram?
No, I'm not gonna draw a diagram. Either you get it or you don't get it. All right. Either you're an incel or you're a pervert. There's no in between. All right. Hey there, sugar booger. How about you become a booger?
Who came up with the term sugar booger? Who came up with that term? That term's so nasty. I've never understood it.
You Neutron from Jimmy Neutron.
He did not come up with that. It had to come from somewhere.
Yes, he did. Sugar Booger came from Jimmy Neutron.
I think he's right.
Like,
is that when he like becomes all cool and he like gets like the leather jacket?
No, he says sugar booger all the time.
Yeah, he just says it to his wife,
Yeah,
dude.
that's just what he calls his wife. It's his pet name for her. He calls her Sugar Burger.
Yeah.
Is that like a cocaine reference or something? You know, they used to do
No,
cocaine in the 80s.
That's just his. No, that's just his wife, dude. He sees his wife as a big booger because she wears green all the time.
That's not the reason. It's like, but there's no way that the writers of Jimmy Neutron created that term. It had to exist before they wrote it.
Bro, they created the term "beautiful gorgeous" because that's from the character "beautiful gorgeous."
Isn't that the James Bond villain?
Yeah, the girl that's like, "Oh, my
Yeah.
backstory," and then no one knows what her fucking backstory is.
Jimmy Neutron's a funny show. Funnily enough, I didn't watch a lot of Jimmy Neutron the show, but I watched the Jimmy Neutron movie a lot.
I like that movie.
The movie was really fun.
Oh yeah, let me show you something real quick. Okay, I know. Here, it'll be 2 seconds. All right, come look at my thing for 2 seconds. All right. I'm sure you'll appreciate it.
Oh, that works.
Come on, One Hero, get in here. Let me show you this.
All right, hold on. You're
It'll
not
take
streaming.
2 seconds.
You're not streaming.
Yeah, I am.
What? What is that? You look like a peacock.
Come on, figure it out. You got the blue latex glove. You got the hat.
Ah, man, I'm forgetting the solution to this puzzle. Like, you have the lights in the room.
What am
Yeah,
I
have
supposed to point out?
You don't know what it is? I'm sorry to hear that.
It looks like the chair from Game of Thrones.
No, not the weapon. I don't care about if you don't know what the weapon is. I'm talking about
Oh.
the drip.
Yeah, you look like a McDonald's worker.
Yeah, I'm glad you figured it out. Okay, cool.
Yeah, I was sorry. I was paying attention to the giant thing on your back. You look like a peacock.
No, it's supposed to be a guitar.
Let me show you you know what a peacock looks like.
Is the streaming service? Yeah, I know what that looks like.
It
Okay,
looks
guys.
like it looks like no money. Like what? Because
Yeah, that's what a peacock. That's what you look like.
all right, I figured it out. I figured out the puzzle. I figured it out. I'm not so useless after all. My math teachers were not right about me. Okay, they were a little right about me. I am still bad at math. And they did say just focus on English. And I did get an English degree. So, they were a little right.
Peacock, the streaming service?
The bird. Retard.
Never heard of the bird peacock, alright? There's
Don't-
only the streaming service
don't
and the
you-
others.
Yeah, man, like, DuckTales, peacocks haven't existed for a very long time.
Yeah.
The streaming service? Or the bird?
I mean, it's questionable on whether it's a bird or not, you know, like, I haven't seen a peacock personally since I was a child. I'm not
Right,
even
let
sure
me-
they're real.
Let me hit you with like a cartoon, alright? Have you ever seen the show Ice Age?
I've seen the movie.
Not the movie, the show.
I've never,
The
I
Ice
say,
Age show?
I don't,
Where it was just Scrat, like, doing things?
That's what I thought. You don't know what it is. Want to know why? Because they're extinct animals. They're not real.
Oh, okay.
Ice Age show, what? What? No, what Ice Age show? What, like, the one that was like, are you talking about the one that was on Disney Plus? Like, that has to be the only, that's, there, yeah, that has to be it, because there's no other Ice Age thing, I'm pretty sure, right? Unless I'm insane. I haven't been tapped into the Ice Age franchise since Ice Age 4. You know.
Which one was the one with the dinosaurs?
3. Dawn of the
Yeah,
Dinosaur.
that's the one I remember.
That's when her safe word was peaches for when she was going to labor. I saw that one in theaters, that's why I have a hard memory of that one.
Which one's the one where the giant like humans come in and they like stab the main character and like use them as like meat?
That's none of them. The only one with humans is the first one.
You
What?
telling me the cave like Antarctic men don't come in with their giant spears? They like impale him and like eat him.
No. They have like a really emotional moment, like over him giving the baby back to him or something. That's like the bit.
That's not realistic. They would have eaten him.
Oh yeah, no, it's not realistic at all. But you know, also this is the same universe where the Ice Age ends, and then also the dinosaurs live in the center of the Earth in a completely different biome, and then also the tectonic plate shifted and the continental drift happens. So I don't really think we should be talking about realism in this franchise.
All those things happen. You just don't believe that because you're a wuss.
No, I believe they happen, just not all at the same time.
Well, if you think about it fourth dimensionally, it did.
Shut up. Shut up. KYS.
You think you're not seeing the bigger picture.
KYS. But yeah, it's like someone look up Sugar Burger. Actually, I highly doubt it's just from Jimmy Neutron. It has to be from something else.
All right, I'll look it up just for you. All right.
There's no way they created that term on their own. I don't
Use it in a
believe you.
sentence.
How do I spell booger?
B-O-O-G-E-R.
I'm like, wait, did you just ask that, bro?
Well, nothing comes up like literally at all if I type in like that.
Sugar Burger term? Where is it from?
Yeah.
Sugar burger, a racial slur.
What?
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
I mean, it wouldn't surprise me that they just didn't know. There's a lot of racial terms, racial slurs. Apparently, Eskimos are racial slurs. I didn't know that.
I mean, like, there's a newer thing. There's a newer sugar burger that I didn't know about. This isn't.
That
this
one's in
didn't come
reference to
out-
cocaine, I'm pretty sure, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that one's cocaine related.
But if you want the original,
Might have to go to Urban Dictionary on this one.
Midwestern, Carolinas.
Oh, it's a Midwestern term?
Hold on. This is on Reddit, so it's not official.
Oh, yeah, that's just Reddit.
No. When Jimmy Neutron come out?
Jimmy Neutron came out in like
2003.
2001. 2001's when the movie came out. The show started in like 2002 or 2003.
Does he say it in the movie?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Not 100 on that though, but pretty sure he said it in the movie.
Okay, it's one word. That's how he spell it. Okay. Just making sure. Where's what the hell's or originals? Oh, this?
No, these guys again. Ugh, I hate these guys.
That's Sugar Baby. If you really want to be really technical, there's a place called apparently Or Originals, and no one knows what that is, but it was invented in 1989.
Or original sounds pretty familiar, honestly.
Or Originals is the place that sells pet products and like, yeah, pet products. Pet products and like basic like utensils like mugs and.
That's why they sound familiar, because, you know, we've all bought in Or's Originals products.
They were originally called Sugar Burger.
Huh.
Then
Sugar Booger or Sugar Burger?
Booger.
Booger, okay.
B-O-G.
Bro, this combo's insane. I'm going combo mad. Can we get to 1,000?
But when does it become a nickname? I'll try to figure out when that happens.
Oh my gosh, we got an 1,000 hit combo. Actually cracked. Oh, it's still going. I can't be stopped.
I'm like 90% sure. This is 3 years ago. I'm like 99% sure Jimmy Neutron invented it as a nickname.
Probably as a nickname, I guess. Yeah, that probably
Well,
did.
I mean, Nickelodeon's whole thing at that time was like snot, like green slime, like boogers, like that sort of humor.
Yeah, I mean,
So,
it's not against the brand, you know.
Lame. They should have just invented the word.
I mean, it sounds like they did. Or not the word itself. They probably didn't know, like, that it was connected to the War's original thing. They probably didn't know that. So, in their minds, they probably...
1989.
It sounds like
What?
a
Like 19.
it sounds like a pretty niche fact to know about.
what was in 1989?
Ores and Minerals was made, like the store or company, whatever you want to call it, in 1989. And then Jimmy Neutron was made in 2001, so 11 years later.
Yeah.
No,
12
you
years
later.
later.
What about the Johnny Quasar lore?
What?
Johnny Quasar?
Yeah,
That is the wrong one.
Jimmy Neutron's existence since like the early 90s.
Yeah, well, Jimmy Neutron didn't exist by then.
You don't know that.
I do know that.
Prove it.
What the fuck?
Okay, go look up early concepts of Jimmy Neutron.
Oh yeah, because that's from that
I want
era where shows were in in pre-development for like a decade before they actually got released. Because like they just were selling them from network to network. That's why like Phineas and Ferb took like a decade to come out. That was like an idea from like the 90s or some shit.
The only concepts that I remember is Jimmy, Carl, Goddard, and Sydney. That's it.
Man, Goddard was so cool. I always wanted a robot dog.
I will not let you reach
Okay,
the
loser.
sisters.
They literally exist.
Yeah. They suck.
Yeah,
They don't have
okay.
souls like Goddard.
I will not let you reach the
You think he has a soul?
Okay. So
Everything is a soul.
I gotta do this. I gotta.
Except robot dogs.
Oops.
Okay, and then I gotta stop time.
I will not let you reach the sisters.
Okay, would I let you reach this? Oh no, I can't interact with it then. Okay, so I have to open it, stop time.
I will not let you
Ugh.
reach the sisters.
Do I have to stop time as soon as I spawn back or something?
I will not let you reach the sisters.
How do I do this?
You have to Google it.
Yeah, they had Google back then for a reason.
That's true, they did.
But you gotta make sure you get. I'm feeling lucky.
Has anyone actually ever used that feature in the last, like, forever? Like, has anyone ever
What
used
feature?
like the "I'm feeling lucky" button on Google, where it just sends you in a random direction? Do they even still have that? No, I'm thinking about
Yeah,
it.
they still have that. No, they still have it.
They still have it, yeah. I one time on my family computer, and I was like, I'm gonna say like 7 or 8. I changed the default homepage of the family computer's browser to be a fake Google page that whenever you type something in, you'd get jump scared.
Why would you do that? So rude.
Your family was probably pretty upset with you.
My little brother thought it happened because you clicked "I'm feeling lucky," and so until like he was like 12 or 13, he was convinced that if you clicked "I'm feeling lucky," you just get a jump scare.
Oh, that's so messed up.
So we just never wanted to click it.
He's like, nah, guys, I'm good off that. I'm good off that, guys.
It was so stupid. It
Why
was
were
the
you bullying your family your whole life?
because it was funny.
Okay, so I gotta put it there.
I will not let you reach the sisters.
No, come, oh my goodness. Okay. Alright, let me go back in time,
Not let you reach the
stand in the right angle, please. No, he made it. No, I keep trying to stop this guy from, come on, from killing himself so I can kill him. Come on. No, go back! No!
How do you do that?
This guy keeps killing himself because he doesn't want me to reach the Sisters of Fate, so then I have to stop. I have to do chaos control.
Why are you hanging around with all these people who want to kill themselves? It all sounds like they're mentally ill.
Oh no, you know, he's not doing it for mental health reasons. He's doing it for work.
Okay, so he's doing it for attention then?
He's
So
doing
you could stop time and you can rewind time. Why don't you just rewind time when you fought Zeus? And,
That's
like,
the plot of the game.
why don't you just do that now?
Oh,
Yeah,
because
load a finish save file.
you can't do that now. You got to go to the Sisters of Fate because they can do they have the things
saying
to
you're
do
weak?
that.
I will not let you reach
What?
You're Kratos. Just do it.
You can't do it yet.
Why not?
That's the plot of the game, is to go to the place where I can do that.
I will not let you
Oh my
Yeah, but you
gosh.
should already stop time. The Sisters of Fate probably just say, "Oh, you had the power already along the way," and then he goes, "Oh yeah," and he does it.
Oh no, they want to kill him. Oh my goodness.
Because
Because
he's white.
Oh, I get
It's
it.
Egypt.
actually, what?
That makes sense.
You said 3 things wrong in a row. He's Greek, not Egyptian.
He's
No,
Egyptian.
no, he isn't. He's Greek.
Are there pyramids in the game?
No,
Yeah, you're in a pyramid.
no. There's no pyramids.
I'm hearing a lot of evidence from one side.
Oh, what?
noble sisters who forge our
All right, think about it like this: were there any women in Greece? No.
Yes.
The reason why is because Rome takes over Greece and it doesn't even exist, and that's why in Rome women don't exist.
Well,
So the theory
actually,
Greece,
what's so funny?
they all got exterminated.
Okay, what's actually really funny? Let me tell you something really funny about Romans. Okay, so when Rome was created, they actually did have a lack of women problem, actually real.
Yeah.
But what they did to
that's
solve their women problem, because they did solve it, they invited all their neighbors over and then just killed all of them except the women, and then just took those, and they said, okay, we got women now. And that's how
And that was
Rome.
Greece.
So
No, that
why
wasn't
is
Greece.
everyone-
It was
Why was everyone in
post-Greece.
Greece gay?
You know, because that wasn't everyone. I think it was just if you were a part of the Dionysus cult. That was a sex cult. But there's just a lot of sex cults, actually.
Was Kratos in that?
Maybe.
It was
You know, they never confirmed or denied it. He was Greek. What?
Isn't
Nintendo
Dionysus-
just confirmed that you won't be able to use the Switch Online GameCube controllers on any game except Switch Online GameCube games?
Yeah, just buy a Switch adapter.
No.
Console.
No, they're saying that it won't be able to use on any game on the Switch except Switch Online GameCube controllers. It's not being treated like an extra controller option.
Right. So what you do is you get the Nintendo Switch 1 GameCube adapter and you plug that in.
You do. You just don't buy the console.
Yeah, you can also emulate it.
Well, no, but
with your legally dump ROM.
okay.
No, you don't pirate it. You just don't buy it.
Okay, okay, that doesn't. Besides the point, yeah, there's ways around this stuff. It's the fact that that's so anti-consumer that they're like, no, you can only use it on Switch Online games, which means that you can't use it in 3D All Stars. They're re-releasing a GameCube controller, and you can't use it in 3D All Stars, the game that has a GameCube game on it.
3D what stars?
3D All Stars. Remember the game you spent money on for 3 Mario games that were just ported?
I don't remember that.
Yeah, you do. I remember. I remember
What
that.
are you talking about? You're making stuff up. That game doesn't.
Waste of
really.
money. $60 for 3 emulated ports.
I don't remember this game existing. Sorry. You talking about that? I don't know.
I don't know what you mean either. Sorry.
Guys are fucking lying, bro.
What I do know is you don't buy the console.
That is also a thing.
Yeah.
Legally pirate, it's like, always remember, it's morally correct to pirate Nintendo games.
Did you say legally pirate?
No,
Legally
I
pirate.
accidentally said legally, but it's morally
Yeah,
correct.
man, just legally murder him.
I mean, legal murder is a thing.
Yeah,
Cops do it all the time. Heyo.
That's so true.
Yeah, okay, buddy.
They booted him because he spoke the truth. Where am I supposed to go?
Google it.
I can't reach up there. Okay.
Hey, One Hero, is Mario Odyssey 2 gonna be on a PC?
No.
Let me
Can
ask you a
do
question.
that?
Do you think Nintendo would put their games on PC first?
No, I'm asking you to.
Or do you think they'd rather let their company die?
They'd rather die.
That's a trick question. They'd rather make a new F-Zero.
Yeah, and then no one would buy it.
That's not true. F-Zero fans would. So I would add like 3
Oh yeah,
system
you'd
sales.
add like 5.
Yeah, you get like 5 Switches.
You know what they would rather... You know how hard it was to convince them, for their investors to convince them to do mobile games? And then they made the most predatory mobile games I've ever seen. Mario Kart Tour is evil. How much they asked for a skin in that game? Like, it's gross. It's worse than Fortnite. But everyone lets it slide because it's Nintendo.
The only 2 I know is Pokemon, the card game, Pokemon like Pocket or whatever.
Oh yeah, that wasn't that pay to win or something?
No, it's like
But
a
that
normal
wasn't.
PC,
But
dude.
that's not Nintendo. That was the Pokemon Company. It's like, yeah, Nintendo has Mario Kart Tour, Mario Run, which was actually a decent mobile game. It just cost money because Nintendo didn't get the concept of free to play. But also there's
the
like
other one I know is Pokemon Showdown.
I know there's
The
obviously there's also there's the Pokemon Unite one with the MOBA.
What about Animal Crossing and Miitomo?
Yeah, I was about to mention Animal Crossing's on phones.
Oh wait, no, Miitomo doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah, that's gone.
I like where things are going
With what?
with Nintendo. I like where things are going.
Oh, you like seeing the company burn?
Yeah, they'll have to like adapt to the modern world where everything's on like everything, or else.
I mean,
Except for,
not
like,
really.
PC.
Because the only company that has to put their games on PC is Xbox.
Bro, PlayStation does that too.
Yeah, PlayStation does it, but they do it, like, later. They do it, like, a year later and then give you... And they've started...
Bro, their like #1 seller is Helldivers 2, and that's on PC.
No, their #1 seller is Spider-Man 2.
On PC, I don't think so.
No,
If I look at Spider-Man 2 sales versus Helldivers 2 sales, it's gonna be very close.
It'll be close, yeah. But Spider-Man 2, like, sold about the same amount as... Because Helldivers, it did sell well on PC, and that's the best PlayStation has ever done on PC is Helldivers. But what I mean that they don't need PC is because they just port their games to PC later. Like, they do it, like, because they want the extra cash. It's just free money for them. They're like, yeah, just release a kind of... They've also, like, decreased the quality of the ports. The ports used to be, really, really good. But recently they've, decreased the quality of the ports to not incentivize people to switch to PC.
According to this article by Games Radar, which is on May 14th of 2024, so on day one, Spider-Man 2 sold 2.5 million copies day one, but if you go by the 12 weeks numbers game, Helldivers 2 sold double than that.
Yeah, but that's like, we're talking, yeah, but what's its sales currently? Like, what's Helldivers sales currently and what's Spider-Man 2 sales currently? Helldivers 2 sold, Helldivers 2 sold faster than Spider-Man 2. We know that. Like, that's objective. That's like objective.
Sales.
Like, it sold faster.
Sales.
Sony even says it's like the fastest selling game that they made. Like, it was the fastest selling game in PlayStation history. That's what they said.
Is there like a non-Steam?
You just look up the sales data. They announce the sales data for their games like every few months. It's pretty easy to find. You can just look it up on. You just look up how much did Spider-Man 2 sell, and it'll give you like the most recent number that was announced.
Spider-Man 2 sales numbers.
And oh yeah, Guiji, we talked about it. I saw that you posted it in the Discord.
It launched on October 20th of 2023. After 6 months on the market, lifetime, the unit sales is about 11 million. But that's 6 months, and it's about a year and a half after that. So I mean, I don't know what it is now. But if we go by the 6 months number, it's 11 million. But if we go to Helldivers 2, it's gonna be a little harder to.
Yeah, what's Helldivers 2's numbers? Yeah.
Sony said Helldivers 2 sold 12 million copies in the first 12 weeks.
Okay, so it sold more in the first 12 weeks than Spider-Man. Okay, so maybe it did sell more. It's just that it's kind of hard to judge both because their numbers aren't the most updated, but Helldivers probably... I mean... It's like, Helldivers probably sold more.
Spider-Man 2, well, yeah, because guess what? Spider-Man 2 is only on the PS5, or was only on the PS5, and Helldivers 2 is on PC and the PS5. Which means it has more choices to buy it off of.
Yeah,
so
but
no shit, it's gonna be bought.
Actually, that's not no shit because the thing is, the reason why it did so well the reason why it sold so well is because on PS5, like I think like wasn't it that the PC numbers were carrying it? Like it did drastically better on PC than it did on PlayStation. Like it was one of those situations where it's like the PlayStation numbers were like way lower than the PC numbers. So like if it's not even about that because like it's just more PC people bought it in general than normal. Like they just more.
What did it say the first 12 weeks? Alright, let me see. Charts.
Because like I remember like the player base, it was like mostly PC. It was just a PC game. It was a game they just did well on PC.
Oh, yeah. This is on release. Okay, so this is.
Because it's not like PlayStation games aren't like selling on their own console relatively decently. Not even relatively, objectively really well. Like almost all their games like
Helldivers 2? I gotta do the math. Helldivers 2
is $40. Spider-Man 2 is
40
70. So,
Alright, so we'll do
even if
minimum.
it's
So
sold less,
40
it probably made more money because
calculator. 40 times. What is this?
3 times what?
Like 458,709.
That's too many numbers. The only number I know is like 1, 2, and 3.
7, 9. On release on Steam. Okay, PlayStation's not calculating Steam sales because it sold on day one 18 million.
it didn't sell 18 million day one. That would make it one of the best-selling games of all times. That's not possible.
Let me see. Maybe I'm like dyslexic. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Wait, 1, 2.
I'm like, if it sold 18 million
1.8
copies at launch.
1.8. Excuse me.
Yeah,
1.8 sounds everywhere.
Yeah, because I'm like, there's no way it sold 18 million at launch. That would make it one of the best-selling games ever.
Well,
I mean, it was played by the Joe Schmo.
I wouldn't say one of the best-selling games ever, but definitely one of the fastest-selling.
It would be faster selling than Zelda and Pokemon.
Yeah, and everyone just really likes Helldivers.
Not that much,
Yeah,
especially since no one could play it at launch.
Yeah, I'm looking at the whatchamacallit, the chart.
Yeah,
It did go down over time, but I mean, like
it's still doing decent. It's just not doing as well as it could have if Sony didn't do the thing.
3 years. Yeah, it's never been like what it was on day one, but when is this? Oh, this is probably when like the PlayStation shenanigans happened.
Yeah, the PlayStation name. That's when the dip happened. It went back to a normal like cadence, but they haven't done any big updates in a while. So of course, people fall off until the next big update comes. Just how it is.
I can see when this is when the aliens came in.
Well, yeah, and that spiked the player base.
Yeah, so the average, if you're not counting day one, is around 120,000 to 75,000.
Mm-hmm.
And
it's doing well. It's doing decent. It's not doing as well as it could be doing if Sony didn't do the shenanigans, but it's still doing well. It's just that they've been slowly trickling out stuff. I know the new War Bond dropped this week. I haven't played the game in a minute. I still have it on my place. Oh! Of course that happens to me. Of course that happens. How far back am I? How far back did they send me? Okay. Not super far back, but still at an annoying distance. I hate old games checkpoint systems. They don't account
I also
for...
hate old people.
I mean, I hate old people. I'm ageist. That's the only ist I am. Not racist, I'm not sexist, but I am definitely ageist. I hate old people. They ruin everything.
Do you kill people?
In what?
No, I'm asking KJ, do you kill people? Have you murdered?
No comment.
Okay, so because then you'd be a pacifist.
That's not how that works. I wish that's how that worked.
Oh yeah, this.
Oh, anyways, Monster Hunter.
I don't have to wake up early, so I'll try and beat Monster Hunter tonight. Oh yeah, this room. This room.
Are you gonna watch One Hero?
Wanna watch what?
Him beating Monster Hunter?
No.
It's like, no, I have better things to do with my life.
Play Mario
Why
Odyssey.
not?
I already played
Why
Mario
not?
Odyssey. Stop telling me to play a game.
I said I'm playing Mario Odyssey.
I thought you were telling me to play Mario Odyssey again.
Why are you playing Nintendo games, dude?
Nostalgia.
You're such a...
Mario Odyssey came out in 2017.
Yeah, it's 8 years ago.
Yeah, I know. It's not that long. It's not like nostalgia time yet. It's gotta be 10 years plus, you know? Give it 2 more years. Then it's nostalgia.
Oh no, I found the Naruto fan in Monster
Sure, be one of those
Hunter.
freaks.
I gotta get out of here.
What? He keeps what? Does he just keep saying... Does he keep saying
His
Databayo or
cat-
something?
No, his cat's name is Kumara, and he looks like Naruto.
I was about to say, Kumara isn't that bad, because Kumara is like just a general name for a lot of things.
No, his cat's orange with like black stripes on his eyes, and then like he's Naruto, where he has spiky yellow hair, and, like...
Oh, he's a
He's wearing
Naruto fan,
orange.
yeah.
Yeah, and he's using the longsword.
Shouldn't he be dressed as Sasuke if he's using the longsword?
I don't know what Naruto would use. All I know is he's a longsword user.
Yeah, you know, I feel special seeing that report, knowing that I'm like in the minority. You know, no one can say I'm using a weapon everyone uses. Yeah.
I mean, it's a weapon. Here, let me look up the world chart. I'll look up the world chart right now. I do know, where do I, okay, here we go. Monster Hunter, world, weapon, popularity. Oh, this is with Iceborne, because I'm not going to find a chart that came out, like, day one. Alright, here you go. You are number 6 at 7%.
Well,
It goes longsword is
longsword.
20%.
Why does everyone keep using longsword, bro?
Dude, it's the anime protagonist sword, alright? Bow is number 2. Charge blade is number 3. Oh yeah, bow is 14%, charge blade is 10%. Great sword's 9%. Dual blades is 9%. Insect glaive is number 6, at 7%. Heavy bowgun is number 7, 7%. Hammer is number 8 with 5%. Light bowgun, number 9, 5%. Number 10, switch axe, 4%. Number 11, sword and shield, 3%. Number 12 and 13, lance and gun lance, also at 3%. And finally, number 14, hunting horn.
Dang it!
At 1%.
Yeah, no one uses that. That's like the least used
What about the dual
weapon.
blades?
And that 1% is probably just
Number
you.
5. Yeah, it's just me. 5%, dual blades is at number 5 at 9%. So it goes, I'll repeat it very quickly. Longsword 20, bow 14, charge blade 10, greatsword and dual blades at 9, insect glaive and heavy bowgun at 7, hammer and light bowgun at 5, switch axe at 4, sword and shield at 3, or sword and shield, lance and gun lance at 3, and then hunting horns at 1. What's the word? Sword and shield got a huge glow up. And, yeah. Oh, yeah, and, like, gun lance got, like, a glow up, but not, like, as huge as sword and shield.
Mm-hmm.
What?
Hey, what's going on there,
wait,
big guy?
We were just talking about you.
Oh,
Yeah,
really?
I was talking about, the weapon popularity compared to World compared to, Wild.
Oh,
No!
wait, who's streaming right now? Oh, okay, that's you. Okay, so, pointing out, are you, what are you playing?
I'm playing God of War 2 for the PS2.
Oh, interesting. Interesting. That's a really funny way of pronouncing Monster Hunter Wild.
Oh my god. I'll get there eventually.
Yeah, uh-huh.
Yeah, you get till the end of April on the devil.
I'll beat it
Oh,
definitely
you're
before
gonna beat
April.
Wilds by the end of April.
Whoa, 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 whoa. How long is Wilds
No,
again?
no, no. He will start playing Wild when Wild becomes the equivalent of like World, so like 8 years later.
I'm not gonna wait that long. Only reason I didn't
gotta
play
get the
Worlds,
Eastern
I didn't have a
history.
PS4. I skipped the PS4 gen. I just had a PS3 and I didn't play gaming and I didn't play games in high school. I know,
So they're
weird,
like
weird to say.
prime gaming
Yeah,
era.
I didn't start playing video games consistently until I was in college.
Fucked up.
What
In-
a fucking newbie, dude.
When I was in like I had
missed everything.
I had video game. I had a PS3. It's just I learned my lesson after I bought a Wii U not to buy a console for like one game. So I waited until the gen was almost over to buy a PS4, and I was like, by then I was like, I don't really play video games anymore, so I guess I won't buy it. Because when at that point, when I was in high school, all my disposable income I just spent on like anime and manga. I didn't play video games in high school.
What the hell?
When I
Why
was
would
in
you
high
do
school,
that?
I was buying Steam games.
Holy moly.
I didn't start getting back into video games until I got my kind of shitty gaming laptop in like 2019, because I got a laptop for college and that was about it. That's when I started buying games again.
I didn't start back getting into video games until I got out of my mom's womb.
Okay. Well, we got a real gamer over here.
What do you mean? I didn't play games when I was in my mom's womb.
So true.
Were you playing games in your mom's womb?
I'm sure
What?
someone was.
Were you playing like tug of war, like on the umbilical cord?
No, I was playing Pong.
You were just bouncing around in there. Your mom must have hated you.
No, I had like a TV and like.
Why did your mom keep
controller.
inserting that stuff up there?
I don't know, but I had it.
She just really wants to spoil it, you know? She shoved the whole TV up there.
Whoa.
What
No,
the heck?
not like a TV like that. I mean like a radio.
Oh my gosh,
What?
and I gotta do that all over again?
It's apples and oranges.
Apples and oranges. Okay, buddy. One's like the size of your head, and one's like the size of like your dingling, which is kind of big, you know.
Yeah.
If you ever seen
I can't believe you're not
90
playing Monster Hunter.
97 radio.
Bro, at
Does it
least
have
go
radio?
kill
No, those weren't invented
Nergigante.
yet.
I'm playing Monster Hunter.
I would have gotten further Monster Hunter that night if I didn't have to search for him for like 50 hours.
Dude, I can't believe you literally edged us. You like went to go find Nergigante and then chose not to fight him. That's fucked up.
It was taking so long, and I couldn't find
Yeah,
one
okay,
more
that was
piece.
part one. Now it's time for part two. Get to it.
I'll get to it.
Yeah, right now.
I'm streaming right now.
Yeah, stream Monster Hunter.
Yeah, just stream Monster Hunter.
Oh my
I'm sure
God.
people
Chat.
watch that.
Type 1 if you want to see the Nergigante fight.
Yeah, on a controller insect glaive user.
What? Breaks his fingers
Hey,
and
chat,
playing
you should give
Wild.
me-
Maybe that's why
you
he
should give
doesn't
me
want to
all
play.
your Nvidia shares.
Whoa.
Oh my
You
goodness!
know-
Ugh! This part's
The
so
sword
annoying.
and shield got a huge glow up. I looked at the chart. It was played at 3% in world, and now it's being played. What was it? Now it's being played 10% of the time. It got a 7% increase, which is like 300,000 people going, yeah, what if I just use the sword and shield?
Oh yeah.
Like the Pokemon game?
Mhm.
No, like the Pokemon.
There's no
Ages.
Sword and Shield Pokemon.
Yeah, there is.
Oh, there's
There
not.
is?
There's Pikachu. That's it.
I'll show you it. There's a Sword and Shield Pokemon.
The only Pokemon are Pikachu and Professor Oak.
Oh, sorry.
The rest of them are insignificant.
What's his name? Aegislash? Yeah, Aegislash. Here you go.
I don't know why they made it where you can't move things while you slow down time. They're just like, yeah, no. the
Yeah, I
time
don't
travel
know
is
why
faster.
you're not playing Monster Hunter Wild.
There it is.
Bruh.
And then he has a second form where it looks like this.
What?
So like when he does like a passive move like protect or like up off or whatever, he's in his shield form, and then whenever he does an attack, he's in his sword form.
Alright.
What?
1, 2. Okay. We make those. Okay. There we go. Made it. Hey, look, I made it. Da-da-da-da.
So when are you getting home, Tony?
Well, I am home.
Okay, when you getting on your PC, Tony?
I am on my
Hey,
PC.
Tony, what's your address?
Okay, when are you getting
while we're just answering questions. How do I get up there? That's how I get up there. Alright. Alright. I know I'm about to come up on a really, and I mean really annoying room. So I might... It's like... And because that
So you
wood...
want this car like you did with the Monster Hunter. Yeah, I agree. Do it.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. This upcoming room is going to be a minute, and it's 8 o'clock. I've been streaming for 2... alright, yeah. I think that's good. We'll finish God of War tomorrow. Because I don't... It's like...
But you
Cause
promised.
I didn't promise anything. What? What did I promise?
They make a promise.
I'll...
Just because you don't remember and I don't remember doesn't mean.
What?
Yeah. That's not gonna hold up in court.
Yeah,
Okay,
so...
If
Yeah.
I don't remember him making a promise, and you don't remember making him make a promise, and he doesn't, did he make
Wait.
a promise?
Oh no, is there no save point? Oh no. Is there no save point? Oh, I have to do the room? There's no save? Oh. Oh, well, guess I'm trapped here.
Yeah, like I said, the promise.
I'm trapped. There's no save point, and I can't auto-save because this is a modern game. This room sucks.
Yeah.
It takes
Tell
for-
it to the judge.
It takes forever.
Judge Judy?
No, the British judge, whatever his name is.
Sorry, I'm American.
Come on, I'll tell you his name. What's his name?
The room is annoying because it constantly is spawning in enemies, and you have to push this block forward. But what really makes it annoying is trying to get the stuff in the doors. Oh. And then also having to deal with the freaking fire constantly trying to kill you at the same time. That only damages you, doesn't damage the enemies. Because that'd be too fair. So you're slowly pushing stuff forward while trying to kill things. It's like, it reminds me of the room in the first game. Where you have
Judge
to...
Rinder. There you go.
where no
Sorry,
matter
I
what
interrupted.
difficulty you play this on, it's just kind of bullshit.
I think this guy's way funnier. I like England's court system. It's really funny to me.
What's different about their system compared to ours?
Their accents.
The number one thing is
Just kill
in
me.
America you're innocent until proven guilty, and then in England you're proven guilty until innocent.
Well, I mean, that's just how our court system works. We just say it doesn't work that way, but it literally does.
That's not true.
That's not true at all. You're making that up.
The reason why I don't think that's true is because they postpone everything like 8 months, in like 8 months, everything. It takes like literally like 2 years to like prove like one case, and if no one wants to deal with it, you just get out scot-free.
No? What? Maybe for white people? It's not the case for everybody else. You are guilty till proven innocent. People always believe cops, no matter what, even when they're lying.
Right.
It's like,
Are you talking about like the tickets? All right, here's how you deal with that. I'm gonna tell you like the secret tip right now. All right. So when a cop gives you like a speeding ticket or some shit like that, right? You gotta, if you want to appeal it, you gotta make a court case, right? But the cop will make the court case. You can call up the judge or the court and be like,
no,
hey,
I'm not talking about
can we
tickets.
move this?
I'm not talking about tickets. I'm talking about crimes. The thing is, juries are predisposed to already believe a defendant's guilty, because most people just do. Because most people trust that law enforcement is doing their job, and because most people trust that law enforcement is doing their job, they will automatically assume that people are guilty off the jump. We say you're innocent till proven guilty, but that's almost never the case. Most people are already believe that you did it just because you're accused. If a man gets accused of sexually assaulting a woman, everyone goes like, yep, the man did it. Until proven otherwise.
That's not true.
That's the court of public opinion.
Yeah, the court of public opinion is the courts. Because those people who are the public opinion are your jurors.
Yeah, the jurors don't care. What I'm talking about is like, oh, you go into a room, right? And the judge comes up to you and he goes, all right, so I'm reading the police report, and the police report says like, you like, what's the word? You like broke into an area without police's consent. And then like there's footage, and then maybe there's like witnesses or maybe something like that. They go through that and they go, all right, there's not enough probable cause. You're free to go. Or it's like, well, there's footage right there doing it. So, what are you gonna do about that? If there isn't like real probable cause, they go, all right, whatever. If you're talking like where you get into the court where a judge goes, okay, cool, there's enough probable cause. Yeah, no shit. But there's like things before that. There's a million things before that.
Yeah? Like, oh, I don't understand how that contradicts anything. There's things before that? What, like, yeah.
The things before that, you go into a room with a attorney and the judge, and then depending on the thing, most things is just like speeding or maybe pottery or potty mouth, things like these. They read the police report, and then they have either evidence of footage or witnesses or what's the word? History of things happening of a repeated cause. It really like matters between like what's the situation, but most things it's just like a guy walks in, oh, the guy has a speeding ticket, because that's like the number one thing where people go into court cases. And then if you're smart about it, you go, oh, is your speed calibrator synced? When was the last time it was synced? Or what's the average speed limit? So in America, people go like, let's say it's like a 40 area, people go like 45 to 50, and then you go, what's the average speed rate of like this area? Is it all 45 to 50? Because if you do that, then you're just singling the person out. It really depends what it is, and most of the time the court goes, I don't really want to deal with this. This guy, it's just a stinky little speed ticket, and they just throw him away.
Yeah, dude, I'm talking about
Most of the time,
not just
the cops
speeding
didn't
ticket.
show up.
I'm talking about crimes like that people get arrested
Like
for.
what? Murder? Yeah, you're right. Huh?
A murder,
Usually,
stealing,
all right.
real
All right.
crimes.
So if we're talking like the negative if we're talking like the 2% of like actual court cases, all right? Because most of the time,
2%. It's not that low.
it's like it's either at 10 or below. It's not that high, all right? Because if you're adding in every single court case, like including speeding and like potty mouth and like assault and including sexual assault, it's not that high.
You also have things like petty
But-
theft.
Yeah. But if we're gonna go to like extreme pause, all right? So now you need 4 things, all right? You need huge probable cause, because you have to, you go to a police station that's near the area, and you go, all right, which one of these guys looks like the subject that you described? And then they have to pick you, okay? Then after that, you need to find a not like a detective, but like a person that scurries the crime scene, that goes, okay, this guy has his footprints and his fingerprints here. Then you need to find actual like people that are in the like, what's the word? The jury that actually care about the situation. Then you need to find a judge that actually knows how to do his job, which most do. And then probably the most important one is that they all set it up before like 8 months, which is like never. Why do you think like people are like, oh, throw these people in jail and then like they never act? Why do you think like
You sound super far away from your mic, bruh. Huh? No, no. Well, everyone sounds super far away from their mic. I guess I'll leave the call and come back.
Yeah, it's you.
All right, can you guys? Yeah, there you go.
I can hear.
Yeah, you guys
Alright,
just sounded like you were in
all-
a different room.
All I'm saying is the American system and the British system in terms of jury is like night and day, because, well, not night and day, but probably more like yin and yang, where like one is like, oh, the system doesn't really want to deal with them unless it's like right there, like it's clear as day. And then the other one's like, oh, you insulted a guy online. How could you? All right, you're going in the station, buddy. Come with us. Just that's what the UK does. You can like insult someone online, you can get arrested. It's really
Yeah.
fun.
Well, you could do that.
Say,
you
this
could-
guy smells bad.
That
And just
ha-
be like sued for it.
Well, yeah,
thrown in
because
jail.
you know that happens in that can happen in America too.
No.
No.
Yeah, it'd be defamation.
Unless
It'd be defamation. You
you-
could sue for defamation.
you could sue for defamation,
You
but
can sue for anything.
the difference between UK and America is that someone goes, oh, this guy insulted me, right? And so now I feel assaulted, so now I'm gonna sue this person for this, right? Versus, okay, so I clearly got insulted online on Facebook. I'm gonna show this to the cops. I'm not gonna show it to the person, right? I'm gonna go show straight to the cops, and the cops go, that's true, and then they go to your house and they arrest you. That's way different. One is like, okay, I'm gonna spend like an 8 to 12, like a year, like trial on you because you called me like a potty mouth word, versus, oh, like maybe like in like 3 days, 2 days, oh, this guy said like, oh, he called me dirty. All right, go to jail. That's way different.
That is pretty different.
Or not jail, but more like, oh, you're in the station for like a full day because you
Yeah,
said
you're
one
you're
thing
like detained.
online.
Yeah.
Ugh, I hate that room. But there was no save point, so I had to just keep doing it.
Also, defamation is very, very hard to prove. Libel is
Yeah.
too.
Like I said, like defamation is like another like common thing. Most of the time when you go in the courtroom, everyone goes, "Well, I don't really want to deal with this," and then they like excuse the case,
Yeah,
and everyone spent like $1 million or whatever. Listen, that's just the American system. The extreme systems, like the extreme things like murder, yeah, it usually does work out. You're right. But in terms of like
Bro, what the hell? I was just here.
the
Yeah,
realistic
what's that
system, it
profile
doesn't
picture?
work. You were just here. Congratulations. And now you're here again. I mean, like, what do you want to
No,
say?
I'm talking about Tony. He was here, or he was not here. Then I left, and I called him, and then he
didn't wanna call
spawned
me?
here. I don't
What?
know your number.
You do.
No, I don't.
You have his number? Can I have his number?
Well, can I have his number?
It's scary guy.
It's so true. I can't just call you from Discord.
No, I did not mean calling on Discord. Sorry, buddy.
Did you know I had McDonald's today?
What?
Did I have McDonald's? No.
Yeah.
I really want that Grimace skin though.
Hey,
What?
Caleb.
Mhm.
Have you seen Shatik recently?
No.
Why did you give that reaction?
Because that's the truth. What?
Bro sounds so disgusted.
Yeah.
He messages me sometimes.
Sometimes. Is it begging for
Sometimes.
a longer
He
extension
asked
on the
me-
deadline?
He asked me to play the not Lethal Company. What's the game that was like?
Repo?
Sesame Street?
Repo?
Yeah, you invited me to play that. I don't have that game, so I just ignored it.
What?
He like
You didn't invite me.
he like talks to me like every few days, like sends me a message or asks me about something. Like he's like, "How you feel about this?" Or like recently he just sent me a picture about like Hideaki Kamiya just talking about he was insulting someone for asking him how he felt about the DMC anime. And he just sent me a picture about that, and I was like, "Oh man."
He was insulted.
Interesting.
Kamiya's kind of a dick. He's just not a good
Who's
guy.
that?
He's the guy who made Devil May Cry 1. He made
probably
some
a
of one of the Resident Evils. He made Bayonetta. He was the guy who was the head of Platinum.
Okay, wait,
Games.
wait. Which Resident Evils? That's a big question. The good
One,
ones or
he
the bad
said.
ones?
Was it like? It was like 2 or 4. I forget which one Kamiya made. Because I know Devil May Cry was supposed to be Resident Evil 4, and then it got turned into Devil May Cry because it was just so different. And he ended up doing that. Let me look. Kamiya Hideki.
I think a lot of these famous game developers insist upon themselves.
What did he do? What did he do? Which games? I'm trying to look at his career. He was he did Resident Evil 1. Like his original planner of the original Resident Evil, the development of Resident Evil 2. Yeah. So I'm guessing. I'm trying to just find his list of works.
Why did
Yeah.
he create Silent Hill?
He directed Resident Evil 2. That's what he did. So he did 2, Devil May Cry, Resident Evil 0, Beautiful Joe, Beautiful Joe 2, Okami, Bayonetta, The Wonderful 101, Bayonetta 2. He didn't do Astral Chain. He did Bayonetta 3 and all that, and now he's working on Okami 2. But Yeah, basically, yeah, he's just kind of a dick. And like, so a fan was like, "Hey, have you seen the DMC anime? What do you think of it?" You know, because he's the creator of Devil May Cry.
Oh.
And then his
Right,
response is, "Shut up! Don't come asking for me for every little thing, you insect."
You insect.
I'm like, yeah.
I would smile. I'd be like, insect? Come on, dude. You don't have to say that. Bro, I just wanted to ask you a question, bro. Come on.
Hey, Anthony.
Yeah, what's the question?
Oh, no, it's not a question. I wanted to tell you something. I'm right
What's
at the
the
end
comment?
of Stormblood.
What the hell? Bugwin?
What?
What'd you say to me? Penguin?
I'm at the end of Stormblood.
Oh, okay, I don't care.
What's that?
Final Fantasy 14.
So, I heard that you bought the game. So, who's paying $15 a month for you?
Me.
You don't have a job. So, who's paying $15 for you?
Bro, it's still gonna be me.
How are you gonna get the money?
Bro, I have
How are you
15
getting money? Yeah, you have yeah, sure. Yeah, you have $15 now. Who's gonna pay for the next month? And then the next month? And then the
Still
next
have
month?
15 bucks.
That's not how that works.
It's like I have $15.
It's not like a license. Like you just throw it up there and then you put it back in your wallet type of deal. It's like a
No,
consumable.
no.
You use it and then it disappears. And you never get it again.
Yeah, I know.
Did you just explain money in video game terms?
Yeah.
Like, why'd you explain the concept of money in video game terms? Anyway, yeah, I'm wrapping up the stream here because it's getting kind of late, and I'll just stream this tomorrow before my girlfriend stops by. So it'll be closer to the middle of the day instead of at night. I'm gonna like eat something and then beat Monster Hunter since I don't have to go to sleep tonight. Since I don't have.
Dang.
All right, see ya.